Welcome to True Forex Funds. We are one of the best proprietary trading firm who funds their talented traders up to $400,000 after completing our two-phase evaluation process. And now we are going to interview one of our trusted funded trader. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your time, and we are so happy having you on board. You're a fantastic funded trader of us at True Forex Funds, and you're making really great returns. I have to admit, yeah, like you had a profit split recently of $50,000. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel like making this kind of money?
It's awesome, obviously. You know what I mean? With trading, it's a long road to get there to be able to do that, to build that skill set, but it's awesome, obviously, once you get it going.
Can you tell us about building this skill set? Did you start trading a while back ago, or is it a new thing you do, or how did you become familiar with trading?
Yeah, so I've been trading about 2 years now. I was fortunate enough that a guy that I used to work with, he worked for Morgan Stanley for like 25 years. He's the one who introduced me to trading, kind of got me into all that stuff. And I was very lucky that when I was starting, I had somebody who really knew the game. Because I think a lot of people, when they first get into trading, they don't really understand what it is they're getting into. Like 90% of traders lose. That's the reality of it. So I was fortunate that like day one, I was looking at the markets like a professional rather than like I just had a better understanding than a lot of people who, just jump into it.
Okay, so we can say like your basics are coming from a professional side, and it like kick-started your career in trading.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you have to face ups and downs or challenges, or did it came like absolutely like this was a thing for you that you mastered it from the first go?
I mean, I definitely didn't master it from the first go. When I first got into trading, I lost like 100 grand of my own money. Being too cocky because I made a lot of money. Then I thought, okay, like I got this, no problem. And then I lost. So that was my biggest loss in trading. And at that point though, I wasn't going to give up. I knew you can make money and stuff. I just, you know what I mean? I got a little too big for my britches as a beginner, and I got humbled like a lot of people eventually do by the market.
Okay. So it turned out you're not invincible in the markets, and
exactly.
Then you learned from these mistakes.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a really good trait, the human trait, and how did you get familiar with True Forex Funds or with proprietary trading in general? Did these losses made you aware of proprietary tradings, or
it was like, yeah, when I had lost some of my own money and stuff, that's when I started. And I also wanted to get my hands on bigger capital too, because it wasn't even just about losing money. I just wanted to get my hands on bigger and bigger capital, and it's a lot easier to get a prop firm like you guys to give you $400,000 than it is to go and make $400,000 and then fund yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the same thing in business where, why wait to get the money when you can go and get credit or get loans or whatever it may be.
Do you have any pros and cons with us you want to share?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the pros of that, like I said, the customer support's awesome. You guys are really easy to work with. You always answer my questions quickly. Like even on the payout, we had an issue where like I must have made an error on the bank account number. You guys were on top of me, making sure I got you the right info. And then really the only con I could think of is, like I said, I wish we could just, you guys have all the basics, believe me, you have so many tools as it is, but I wish we could just expand into some other commodity tools as, you know what I mean, as things go, because I think certain opportunities come up. Sorry, I have my godson with me today, but as as more opportunities come up, I think it's good to have those tools, even if they're not traded frequently.
Okay, thank you. That's something we are working on too in the background.
Awesome.
Do you have any good advices for newcomers, maybe who just starting trading, or some people who are struggling with trading? They might be learning for a couple of years, and they don't have this big breakthrough that you had.
Yeah, I would say really just be patient. Patience is always key. Be humble. Never chase the market. Never think because you hit a few trades you're invincible. And then really just seek mentors and seek help when it comes to this stuff, because The only reason I'm able to do that, like I said, is I've had good mentors that have completely shortened that learning curve for me.
Did your mentor help you throughout trading, or did they just let your hand go when you were ready? And then from there, you could continue trading on your own? Or do you still seek some advices from your mentors?
Yeah, that's trading in general, right? Like you have the guys at the big banks and investment companies every day. They're on the phone with each other every day talking, and that's like no different with me and my mentor, where we're talking every day. Hey, what do you think about this? This news came out. How do you think this is going to affect the markets? Like it's an ongoing thing. But yeah, we talk every day. I have a good group of people where we communicate, we share news, share our thoughts on the markets, because you can't be everywhere. So it's good when you have a group of people that are everybody working together to stay on top of things.
So communication is the key in success.
100%. 100.
How important are technicals versus fundamentals, or technicals versus psychology?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on these?
So my thing is, like, I think the charts work until they don't. That's like my logic, So I like to look at the charts. I like to see like the ranges that we're in, But I don't live and die by the candlesticks like a lot of people do. I think they give you the big picture. But things can change fast too. Piece of news comes out, things swing the other way. So I more so try to focus on really knowing what's going on in the markets, like where are they heading in 30 days, 2 weeks from now. And that helps give me the bigger picture where I might want to enter into certain positions.
Can you show us some real live examples of your trades on how you think, how you analyze the charts?
Yeah. So I'm on mobile right now. So what I'll do is I'll explain it very easily. So what I'll do is I'll pull up, like I'll look at things on the daily, like say the main indices, like I'll look at the NASDAQ, I'll look at the S&P. I'll keep those charts up. I'll keep the gold chart up, and then say Euro USD, some of the more liquid pairs. And then based on that, I'll see what news. I'll look at the economic calendar. I'll see what news is coming out for the day that could affect those and when. And then as I'm analyzing the chart, I'll just see, like, I'll see basically, are we on the lower end? Where's the next resistance point? As I said, I'm very basic when it comes to that stuff. I'll go by most times, I'll go by either the day or the 4-hour chart. And then when it comes time for me to really enter into a trade is when I'll look at like lower levels, like 5 minute, like when I'm getting ready to enter. But to analyze it and know the big picture, I just go by the 4-hour and the day.
Do you go above the daily?
Not often. It depends how you're trading. You know what I mean? Are you going for a long-term 3 to 5 month swing trade, or are you just looking to get in and out over a day or two? And most times I'm trying to get in and out over a day or two. Yeah, I won't leave positions open overnight that often.
Okay, so you close them. And how do you treat stop losses or take profit levels? Do you adjust these to certain support and resistance levels, or are you on based on percentage, or what are your thoughts on using these levels?
Yeah, so I try to again, it all depends on the trade and how much I like the trade, because I'm not always going for volume on trades, like just trying to put in as many as I can. So it really goes by how much I like it. Like I try to risk no more than 1%, but there's a lot of scenarios where I'll end up risking 2%, whatever. And then I think traders need to consider too, where they need to just consider, are they up? Are they down? Where are you at? Like if you're having a good month and you're up and you think, okay, I might want to take a little bit of a shot here, I like this trade, then you can risk a little more. Don't clean yourself out. But if you're in a position to do it and you like the trade, go by your instinct. So there's times, like I said, I stick to the book. I try to risk 1% per trade, but there's certain scenarios and setups where I'll do more than that.
Okay. Do you have like a risk to reward ratio when it comes to risk management?
Yeah, typically like I try to trade a 1 to 2. Sometimes it's 1 to 1. But again, it all depends. But for the most part, I focus more on the stop side of things. Okay. So I try really not to risk too much more than that 1%. And then on the win side, when I take a setup, it's because I really like it. So I try to ride it out. So if I like where it's going, I'll leave it. But if we hit a little bit of a resistance point, I'll usually just get out. So I
Okay.
have an idea where I want to get out, but I don't always say like, okay, I'm going to get out right on a 1-to-1.
So
And at that point,
it also depends how you feel sometimes, that if you're going to close in profits, but it's still not at the take profit level, you're just going to close them because there's going to
I
be
just don't
huge
like the way
chance
it's
on the
moving.
markets.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I took a trade where like I lost $50 on it. And it's just because like I didn't like the way it was moving, and that's it. I got out. The same could be if I was up $50. I just don't like the way it's moving, and I'll just get out.
And these feelings are coming from experience, right? Too. So you had a lot
Yeah.
of experience from the markets, and it's like an instinct that, you know, you feel it when you should close or leave the trade.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you've looked at it so much and you're following it all the time, you get that kind of gut feeling where you're just like, I don't like this.
Okay. What would you do if you stopped out from a trade? Would you stay away from the chart or reanalyze this trade, how you can learn from it? Or do you have like a thing you do after a losing trade, or also for a winning trade?
Yeah. If I win a trade, the thing is like if I go up for the day, say I hit a trade, I don't know, say I make 2,000-3,000 on a trade. I have no issue calling it a day and just walking away. It's like the casino. When you're up, just walk away. There's no need to give you money back. But if you wanted to take a risk, like say you go up 3,000 and you want to take another trade, you like it, I would never risk more than like 1,000 of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna walk away up for the day. It's like sports gambling, you know what I mean? I have friends that are in that business and stuff where it's like you pick your spots, and when you're up, you walk away.
So you can clearly handle your feelings, because, you know, when you're winning, you feel excited. When you lose, oh, damn, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, you don't want to chase it.
You don't want to chase.
You don't want to chase it. Yeah.
Okay. That's really good. How can a newcomer adjust their feelings to the charts, to reading the charts properly, dealing with their feelings, even with excitement or sorrow? What would be your advice for anyone who's trading and have emotional issues, maybe?
Yeah, my advice would really just be like, just take it. You have to take emotion out of it, period. Like don't trade on a real account if you're going to get emotional. It's not going to work in the long term, because the market could drive anyone crazy. Like if you saw me when I'm trading, I wouldn't, if I'm down in a trade, my face probably looks no different than if I'm up in a trade. I'm not so attached to the outcome. You know, like you understand what you're risking, you understand what you can win, and you leave it at that. And if you lose, you wait for the next setup and you reanalyze, and then you get ready to go again. You shouldn't be in the position where, if you're a good trader, you should never be in the position where you become too emotional, because you're not allowing, you know what I mean? If you're risking 50 grand on a trade, you might get emotional, you know what I mean? But that's not, yeah, that's just not the case. If you're trading the right way, if you're watching your risk management, it shouldn't be an emotional thing. So this is a setup that I'm looking at myself right now. I'd like to see it hang in this range. We saw gold a couple of days ago come as low as like 1836. This is one of the targets I had been watching for a while. So I would like to see gold hold this range where it's at. I don't want to see it go any lower than 1836. And if we can defend 1836 right now, maybe this will let me add an indicator. Cool. Yeah, so if we can defend this range at 1836, I'm going to probably be stepping in and taking a buy, because I think we could see it coming a lot closer to 2000 again, maybe 1950. Yeah, so we're kind of hanging in this range right now. This has been, like, as far as the day is concerned, this has been a major resistance point. We've been hovering around here for a little bit. And if we go back to H4, yeah, so we have a little ways to go, but this wouldn't even be a bad place to get in a position if you left yourself enough breathing room on the trade. But this is one of the bigger setups that I'm looking at right now, for sure. I think that if we break through 1872.15, this mark you're seeing here, we're going to go all the way to 1925 or so.
And you're going to enter on the 5-minute time frame, or maybe lower, because you told that
Yeah.
most of the times you enter on the 5-minute.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna wait a little longer before I enter. But yeah, I like to see what things are doing, because once it hits the range I'm talking about on the day chart, once it hits this range, that's when I say, okay, let me just try and get the best entry possible. And then I'll move over here. And as you can see, we're up a little bit right now. So I might hang for a second, wait for a little resistance, and then hop back in.
Can you show us a trade you took on True Forex Funds account on gold?
Yeah, I'll show you. Today, I'm actually pretty much even. Let's see. Yeah, so look, I did a small one on the euro. I did a small one on gold. Then we lost on gold again. And I'm considering where I'm even on the day. This is going back to what I was saying earlier. You see how I lost 1950 on this gold trade?
Mm-hmm.
That's because I was already up to 2000, and I was willing for the day. I said, okay, am I willing to break even for the day or not? So I made that decision to do it. But now where I'm even, I'm looking at potentially taking one more. I'll wait till the end of the day though, see what the market's doing, and really take it from there. See what we start doing more towards the close.
Can you show us the gold and the EU trade you took earlier today?
Yes. So the EU trade I took earlier, we saw the euro go. Let me pull up that chart for you. Yeah, so we saw the euro take a pretty nice dip today. So we were up at 1.076 at a point, and now we're all the way down at 1.0646. So what I do a lot of times is, where I saw it take this big reaction down, you can still see that we're at a resistance point here, just hanging out. I'll buy that resistance sometimes, and that's what I did with this euro trade, because there's some news coming out tomorrow still in regards to the dollar, and typically you won't see this currency just break away without reason to, because the dollar has been so low for so long, so strong for so long, and I don't think they want to send it back down again without a good reason to. So I don't, like I said, I think today is one of those buffer days. So where we hit this resistance here, that's where I kind of bought in and caught a little bit up. But this is the resistance I'm talking about right here.
Do you place the resistance zone to the last candle's close price, or the last peak's close price?
Yeah, I'll usually go by the peak. You know what I mean? I'll go by the peak, because this is really, we kind of form this consolidation range. So if it breaks through here, we know we're going to new ranges.
Okay.
But yeah, this is where, like I said, I don't get crazy analytical with the charts and stuff, but I do use it as a metric to see where we're at. Now we could also see the euro sling back the other way. You know what I mean? Like if this goes down to 1.06, I'm 100% buying in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they don't want to take this thing that much lower. I know for a fact they don't, because you have this is where all these other factors come into play, right? The trade balance has been off for a long time in Europe. That's costing a lot of money. These are all things that they try to keep in check, that have been out of balance for a long time. So we're already at a very low level for this currency pair. So what I think is going to happen, if this goes to 1.6, I'm 110% buying in.
And can you show the trade you took today on a smaller time frame?
Yeah. So let me see the exact trade. So it was 1.0652 to 1.0663. Yeah, so I bought in right about, we'll say right about here. Let me get back to the minute. 1.0652. All right. So this was where I bought in right here. So we had on the minute time frame. So we had the drastic push down. We came down 20, 30 pips or so. And then once we got to about right here and I saw us hit the bottom and it looked like it was going to take a little bit of a ride up recovery, that's where I jumped back in. And I took that, say 10 pips or so. Yeah, we took it to right about here. Even a little more. So that's pretty much, like I said, I'm doing this as quick as I can on screen record, but that essentially is the trade.
And does most of your trades are like this? So all the candles are going straight into your take profit area, or sometimes?
Typically.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah, typically. That's what I try to do. No crystal ball, obviously, though.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And how about your gold trade that was winning for today?
Yeah. So the gold one, that one, let's see, 1842.91 to 18.
Do you take like candle patterns into consideration, engulfing
Yeah.
bar, for example?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I don't live and die by it, but I take it into consideration.
Okay. Because I can see like there's a lot of influences like engulfing bars in the area where you usually buy or sell an instrument.
Yeah. I kind of, like I said, I try to go by momentum. If I see the momentum, I'll try and ride with the momentum.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I bought in right there, right before it made a breakout. I could have rode this a lot further, obviously, but it yeah, it's not too bad of an entry.
It's pretty good. And where did you close it?
I only took this one about $1 or $2, so I closed it like right about here because we were still at a resistance point. It was fighting a little bit back and forth, and I just didn't want to chance anything, so I got out. Now, like I said, that's one of those scenarios. If I stood in, it's unbelievable, but I wasn't sure.
Regardless, you closed it with profit, so it's pretty good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you for letting us see into your psychology as well, because it's very important when it comes to trading. You know, let your winners go or stop when you need to. Yeah, thanks, James, for sharing this. Where do you see yourself in the future from now? Yourself,
Yeah.
even trading with proprietary trading firms like us?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna double up my account with you guys because I have a $200,000 account right now. So I'm gonna double up the account probably over the next few months or something. Get it because I only have been trading with you guys for so long. So I obviously got my great payout and stuff, but I'm gonna get a couple more and then probably try and double up the account and just keep going through your scaling process.
Great, sounds good. Sounds good. And what would you tell about anyone who want to join us or meeting us at the first time?
Yeah, I would tell them definitely do it because there's a lot of companies out there like you guys, but I think that you first of all you have no minimum trading days. Like some of your barriers to entry are a lot more attractive. That's why I came to you guys instead of like a FTMO or something like that. They're obviously they've been around longer than you guys, like as far as being the brand awareness and establishment, but you're all offering the same product and you guys are offering a better service with some of the things you're doing up front. Like with FTMO and some of these other companies, it's a headache where it's just a headache where you have to go through all the minimum trading days. They have 10% instead of 8%. Like I think the evaluation process itself even at 8% and 4% or 5% like you guys do for phase 1 and 2, if you can get through that, you've more than proved yourself. Why make the trader wait to, you know what I mean, get the extra 2% or whatever it is. So I think that as far as like your actual evaluation process is the most attractive.
Thank you for your time, James. Have a good one, and see you soon on the charts.
You as well. Thank you, man.
Okay. Have a good one. Bye, James.
Take care. Bye.